Are you, by chance, a struggling musician? Well, I've got just one thing for you, which I think you can keep on through all of your music learning, and hopefully it will get you out of this phase where you feel like you are really struggling. So the one thing which I want you to do is think about what you are struggling with, and then from that, what your solution is. Have you looked at guides and tutorials for how to, go through this and whatnot? Do you know what the version of what you're trying to get looks like? Not necessarily just what it sounds like, but what it looks like. Do you know what good hand position looks like? Do you know what, hand position you need through all of that? Do you know, what position you want this hand to be in for good tone? Do you know anything about the thing about where you need your finger to be close to the fret as possible, just behind it, for you to get the cleanest tone on a fretted bass? Go and look and do some research and on stuff like that. And I'm sure most of you have. If you're in that struggling position, you would have been searching all over the place for tutorials. But if you haven't yet and you just think, oh, I'm not good enough and all of that, then go and do it, because you are good enough. And if you put the effort in, then you've proven to yourself that you are good enough. Now, the one thing that actually does drive progress when it comes to bass, learning bass or learning any instrument, is consistency. Doesn't matter how much time you have every single day or maybe every other day, if you get to that bass and play for 5 minutes every day, and maybe you're just working on a major scale, or you're working on just some general tonal technique, if you spend 5 minutes every day working on something, then ultimately over 5-10 years, whatnot, you can become a really fantastic player. Obviously you can speed it up by playing more each day, but anything more than an hour isn't really all too beneficial, I find, at least from my practice. And it's all about getting comfortable with where you are and enjoying the process. I feel it's very common to feel stuck, especially in the early stages, around, oh, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I want to do this, and there's so many things you want to do. But ultimately, if you enjoy the process and you look back on maybe what you were doing a week ago, perhaps even record what you were doing a week ago, I find that's a good thing. Record what you're doing a week ago, record what you're doing now, and you'll hear the difference. You'll be like, oh no, that sounds awful. It sounds way better what I'm doing this week. If you record it in a critical but not too harsh on yourself, you just know, okay, this is what I want to improve, and you don't downplay yourself for that. You're like, yeah, I can improve this, and then, go through, have that sort of positive mentality towards your playing and be consistent with it, then you will see results. But you have to tell yourself that nothing is going to happen overnight, and it all needs to be consistent. You need to keep it consistent. Don't beat yourself up if you miss a day though. It's fine. We do it all the time. Some days we just don't have the time to play. We've got other stuff going on, or some days we really don't feel like it. But if you're just sitting around and doing nothing, that is the time when you should get playing. If you want to get better, use that time more to the fullest. Use that free time to do something that you love, which is bass. And if you want to get better at bass, then you can use that free time to get better at bass. And then from that, you can do more things with an instrument, and more things are what you'd want to do. And I think that is the secret for struggling bass players. It's just be consistent with it, really be critical about what you're getting wrong and what you need to do to get to where you want to go. Record yourself every week or whatnot, and you'll go back on it to track your progress, see if your progress is through. But it does ebb and flow. Some weeks you'll be worse, some weeks you'll be better, some days you'll be worse, some days you'll be better. There's always that ebb and flow. Don't always expect to be going up, but as long as the general trend is up, then you're doing great, and you'll enjoy the process so much more when you do it like this. And then when you get something that really sounds good for the first time, then that enjoyment that you feel is just unbeaten, and then you'll really be enjoying that musical journey, because it is about enjoying that musical journey. And ultimately, if you're not enjoying it, then why are you on the journey? So try and enjoy it as best as you can, even if it's difficult and you feel stuck or whatever. You want to follow tutorials, follow guides, really take in the information, sleep over things as well. That's another great thing. Sleep over it. Don't feel like you have to practice long, hard sessions every single day to get good. Sleep is often a great way of practicing. Thinking about your practice sessions when you're not even practicing is even a good way to learn stuff. Think about scales, think about patterns, think about theory, think about hand position, think about picking technique, and just apply it to when you're not around your instrument as well. And then you can even build further progress from that, and you're not even at your instrument. So it's amazing what you can do outside of your practice sessions, and really just have that musical mindset going forward, and don't have the mindset of, oh, I'm not good enough, oh, I'm never going to get there. Because if you have that mindset, then you won't get there. And if you have the mindset of, oh no, I can improve and I'm going to improve, this is what I'm going to work on this week, and this is exactly how I'm going to track this through and get better at this thing, then you will get better at the thing. And you go tell yourself you get better at that thing, record yourself every week, then you can track your progress and really see the results of you getting better. So that's all I've got for today's video. Bit of a shorter one, but I just wanted to say to all of you struggling musicians out there, there is some hope, and if you do these things, then you will become a much better musician down the line. If you keep consistent, you really care about your music, you enjoy the journey, and you track your progress all the way through, then you are going to become an absolutely fantastic player. Even in a year's time, I reckon you're going to be unrecognizable to what you are right now.